In this video, we're talking about one of the cutest accessories that are trending in fashion right now, and I have a new handbag to show you, so let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Ashley Parke. This is Parke Avenue, and I have lots of fashion content, so if that's what you love, you're in the right place. Check out some of my other videos. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit those notification bells so you don't miss any of my uploads. While we're on the topic of accessories, I figured this would be the perfect time to share my new handbag that I am going to be styling and having some fun with, to see if it's something I actually want to keep in my collection, because I am renting it from a service called Vivrel. I was gifted a 3-month subscription, and I'm going to use this time to try out handbags that I have been curious about, but I wouldn't necessarily pull the trigger on and purchase. And I think this is a great time to just have some fun. So if you guys are also interested in Vivrel, I do have a promo code for you guys in the description box. My name, Ashley Parke, will get you 1 month free. And I think this is a good time to try out some handbags if you've had some on your radar, or you don't necessarily even want to spend the money on handbags. You want to have the variety without the commitment. And I like the idea of that, so I'm gonna see how it works for me. But I have been very curious about this Bottega sardine bag. You guys know I have the sardine sunglasses, and I just like the idea of that sardine. And I thought this was a great like minimal handbag with a bit of a statement piece of hardware, and it looked like a lot of fun. But it wasn't a bag that I think that I would necessarily buy, but I figured now if I try it out, if I do like it, then it could be a bag that I buy. And one thing I do like about Vivrel is you get members only pricing on the items that you actually want to keep, so there's an option to purchase. And I like that because if I like the bag that I'm wearing, I know that it's in good condition, and if I want to buy it, I can, and I can add it to my collection. And you can keep the bag for 30 days, or you can keep it as long as you have a subscription. And I like the idea of that as well, because if you really love a handbag and you just want to have it for that summer, maybe it's something super trendy, that's the perfect time to try it out, and then you can send it back and be on your way. So I picked up this Bottega sardine bag. This is the medium size, which I believe is the largest size, but I'm thinking that it also comes in a really oversized version of this, but for men. I'm not really sure, but this is the largest size that I actually wanted to try anyway, and I think it is really, really cute. It is more of a minimal style. It has the Bottega signature weaving, and then it has this sardine, which is a really nice bold accessory, and I think it adds a little bit of fun, a little bit of whimsy to the bag, and I figured this will be the perfect time for me to try it. I'm going to style it up and see how I feel about it. I like the shoulder drop, but you can also wear it as a top handle because it has this substantial piece of hardware right here. It also comes with a pouch because there's no interior pockets, and you could attach this as well if you want to throw it in another bag, or maybe you use this as a wallet, and then if you're running to the store, if you're at work, you can leave the larger bag and then take this with you if you want to be a little bit lighter. And there are a lot of bags to choose from, and lots of brands from Prada, Hermes, Louis Vuitton, other Bottega, Chanel, and there are different tiers that would unlock different designers on the website. So take a look, see if there's something you like. If you want to try it out, make sure you use my promo code and the link that I have in the description box, and let me know what you think. If you do decide to purchase a subscription to Vivrel, you can obviously do all your swaps through the mail. You can easily order and then send it back and then pick your next one that they will get to you in the mail, which is pretty fast shipping. That's what I did to try out my first bag. But if you are in New York City or plan on visiting, then you can go to the showroom, and members get access to try out the bags, see which ones they like, and then you can make your swaps in person if you want to do that, and I think that's a great option as well. All right, so let's get into the topic for today's video, and I want to talk about one of the hottest accessory trends this season, and that is the brooch. So I've been sharing about brooches on my channel for probably since the beginning of my channel. I always have loved a brooch, and I feel like right now that it is trending, it's a great time to lean into the trend and pick up pieces that I probably wouldn't come across just because so many places have them available. I feel like you can always find them, but when something is on trend, that's the best time to find the most variety, just really interesting pieces, and some really great vintage finds, because once something is trending, it seems all the vintage versions of that particular item come out of the woodwork. So if you're interested in vintage brooches, now's the perfect time. Now, a lot of you have been commenting and letting me know you really love the brooches that I've been sharing on my channel, but one comment in particular kind of sparked this entire video. Shout out to Shola J. She wrote, all the fits. The brooches you've been sporting, love. Please do a haul on those. I've noticed they're becoming quite trendy, which is true. They're popping up everywhere. Just like I said, vintage, brand new, they're everywhere. And so I have a little bit of a collection here, and I am eyeing more brooches as I see them, you know, coming up. And so there are more on my list. I'm gonna show you guys what I have here, and then I also have some suggestions that I linked in the description box, so make sure you guys check there. The first few brooches I wanna talk about, I either got all from J. Crew or all from Banana Republic, or it could be a combination of both. I had these for a really long time. This champagne glass with pearls as the bubbles got a lot of attention from you guys. I wore it on a black blazer from one of my like New Year first videos of 2026, and you guys really loved it. And this is a really fun one. I love this one, and I'm glad that I have it in my collection because it is pretty stunning, and I like champagne and I love pearls, so this was very, very me. And then I have a few more pearls. This is a really cute seahorse. It's in this stunning blue with pearls for bubbles here as well, and I just really like this one. I really don't wear it that often, but it is really pretty, and I think I'll probably wear it a lot more often this summer, but I like this one. These next three are giving a tropical vibe, so I'll kind of stack them together. I'll wear them in a cluster with denim. These give more of a summertime look for me, so this pearl covered palm tree is really cute. And then I also have a pearl covered pineapple. And then I have this monstera leaf covered in rhinestones. This one is so pretty, and this one means a lot to me because we love plants and we love monsteras in particular. They have really huge, large leaves, and we had a really, really big one that actually is no longer with us, and so this kind of reminds me of it, especially for the time that I got it. We like grew one up really, really big, and that one we don't have anymore. It actually got sick, and so we had to get rid of it, but this reminds me of that. This next one I got from Zara. This one I got during the time that I was like obsessing over everything silver, and I'm still very into it, but this I had to have at the time because I was just like, oh my gosh, I love silver, everything silver. And this is really pretty because it's kind of like a pewter a little bit in the background of the crystals, and I like the closing mechanism. And that's one thing about brooches. I'm going to show you a couple more, even a designer one that I have that I actually hate the closure mechanism because it doesn't stay put. So that's something to pay attention to, whether it's an expensive brooch or an inexpensive brooch. But this one's really cute, and I love to wear it with just like all black because the sparkles really pop. And speaking of sparkle, this one is a showstopper. I love this brooch so much, and I would literally never get rid of it. And I do want more really grand, large, like crystal brooches like this. This actually came with a sweatshirt that I got from Burberry. I was at the Burberry outlet years ago, and they had these crop sweatshirts that had these brooches on them, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. And I really loved the juxtaposition of a brooch that is so gorgeous and just so sparkly and feminine and dressy with a sweatshirt. I just love that mix. And I've gotten rid of the sweatshirt, but I haven't gotten rid of the brooch. And I think that that was like a really, really nice combination. But I've since worn this on blazers, on my coat. This is a really nice, but it also is a very heavy brooch. So just keep that in mind with whatever you style heavier brooches with, because it will kind of drag. So I like to wear it with more substantial fabrics like coats or, you know, thicker blazers. I have seen like tricks where you can take a panel of a very stiff fabric, just like a small cutout, and put it behind the like your shirt or your lapel or something that isn't as strong, so that way it has something to really like sit on. I haven't tried that yet because I really only wear this on really strong fabrics, but that's a great idea actually. And you can do that with even the smaller brooches that are just like a little bit heavier, or maybe they have a thicker pin and you want to, you know, give it a little bit of help to keep it staying put. Love this. Next up, I have a couple of designer brooches. This first one is from YSL. It's the classic YSL logo. I love the YSL logo. I think it's just so pretty. It's just a nice logo. And this one has a great closing mechanism, a nice sturdy pin, and it's a really nice pin. And this one comes in gold. They have other like kind of like texture designs on them. I've seen this in a few different variations, so this is still a good one to get. And then I also have this Dior pin. I have such a love-hate relationship with this pin. It's so pretty. It picks up the sparkle and the light really beautifully. I've worn it on sweaters, I've worn it on blazers, I've worn it on my hats. It's a nice little extra piece on something. I've worn it on denim jackets, I've worn it in clusters with other brooches. It's really, really cute. I just hate the closure mechanism, and I think it is actually unacceptable. I really love this brooch, but it doesn't have a proper closure. no matter the price of the brooch, it should have a locking mechanism that this one just doesn't have. It literally only has a little hook, like a groove that the pin goes into, and it always unhooks. No matter what I do, no matter how careful I try to be, when it's on my shirts, it always unhooks. And then next thing you know, it's like traveling around my shirt. I don't know how I haven't lost it already, you know, because it always unhooks literally every single time that I wear it on my shirt. I don't have that issue when I wear it on my hats, but it's probably because my hats are more stationary. When I wear it on my clothes, I'm moving around, I'm talking, my hands are going, you know, but it is still really, really cute. And Dior, I mean, the price point that Dior is at, I don't even know why they don't have a closing mechanism on here, like a lock. It's unacceptable, but it's a cute brooch. I also have a couple of these gorgeous flowers. This black one I got from Zara. I haven't actually worn it. I maybe have worn it once, but I haven't worn it that much. But the cool thing about this brooch is that it has the pin, but it also has a clip if you want to clip it on your clothes, but you could also actually put it on your hair. And I think the clip is more suitable for your hair because it has grooves in it that might leave indentations on your clothes. So I would stick to the pin only if I was gonna wear it on my clothes. This is a good size for a cluster. So like if I wanted to wear a big one and a little one together. Ooh, I haven't done that, I need to do that. That is really cute. Ooh, that's really cute. I think I'm gonna do that. But this large pink one I also picked up from Etsy, which I have quite a few brooches from Etsy. It is still one of my favorite places to get accessories, especially like, you know, more like unique kind of pieces that I'm not gonna find if I just walk into like Nordstrom, you know? So I'll have them all linked in the description box, check them out. This one did come in other colors as well, but I love how large it is and it always reminds me of Sex and the City. But I really am into this like double. Even on a tank top, like I know I wear a lot of my brooches with blazers, but imagine this with a tank top and a cute skirt. That's really cute. I love that. Or even like a bralette, you're on vacation, you just put this on the straps of your bralette. That's cute. Or if you want to wear your swimsuit as a top, you throw on like after the beach or vacation, you throw on some cute, maybe like a knitted pant, and then you have on your swimsuit top, depending on the swimsuit top, of course. But if it has like a substantial strap, something thick that you can attach this to, that's a cute little look as well. That's really, really cute where you can put one on and then like one in your hair, depending on, you know, the look you're going for. But the sky's the limit with a brooch. And of course you can do a mixture. This one is a mask. This one is from Etsy as well. I like this one. It gives me like a Schiaparelli vibe. I also have these lips in 2 different sizes from Etsy as well. I shared these on my channel when I got them, but I love that. You can do like a mixture of them. I could probably do all 3 of these if I wanted to. You can do the mask with the flower. That could give something really cute as well. I love that. Actually, I'm getting inspired now that I'm sitting here talking to you guys and talking through all my brooches. And sometimes you need to just lay everything out and look at it, you know? And you get some ideas. The last brooch I want to show you guys is this one that I also got from Etsy. I love this. I had nothing like it when I got it in my collection at the time. I shared this when I did first get it. It is so beautiful. I love the color on this. It comes in a lot of different colors. I'll have it linked in the description box. The seller that I purchased this from has excellent customer service if you need to ask a question. She has tons of colors in these brooches, these feather ones. She has a couple other designs as well and some feather cuffs. And feathers are actually coming back pretty huge on trend. If you love feathers, if you love to add, you know, a little fun to your outfits, maybe an alternative to a sparkle, you can do a feather. If you love texture, you can just do a lot. I feel like this is fun to have even when you're not into feathers. This is something you just get and you keep. And when the occasion presents itself, you're like, oh my gosh, I got that really cool brooch. And this is the one you pull out. So hoping to have a few more of these from this same seller. And I really, really love this one. Look at the movement. Like, it's just so pretty. When the wind blows and when you're wearing it, you can wear this all year round. My larger brooches, unless I wear them on my coats or my blazers as the actual jacket, I don't usually put like a coat on top of the brooch. So I tend to wear the larger ones more in the summer months, unless again, I wear it on top of my actual coat. But I just love them all. They're so much fun and you can mix and match them. You can put them on your scarves as well. You can use your brooch as a way to actually keep your scarf on, like keep it fastened or keep it styled the way you want it to be. And you can just do a lot with brooches. They are a classic piece that you can make more modern by the brooch you select, and I really, really like that. And you can find them anywhere and everywhere. You can use your earrings as brooches. Even the earrings that I'm wearing right now, if I wanted to, I can just pin it onto my shirt very easily, and that could be a brooch or wear it with a cluster of brooches. This next brooch by a brand called Joyana Jewelry is so cute. I think the way they styled it as a way to like cinch in the shirt, but it's a fun accessory. It's another way you can wear a piece of clothing that you probably just throw on and not think much about it. You can cinch it in and it gives you another style element, and that's really fun. If you love flowers with a little sparkle, this one by Frances Valentine is gorgeous. And this one is a really nice statement. It's not too large, but it's substantial enough that you can wear it on its own, and it's gorgeous. I also really love this dragonfly brooch from Kenneth J. Lane. I love the crystals and then the gold wings. Very, very pretty. There are so many brooches to choose from. There's so many ways you can style them, and you can use them as like an extra element in your wardrobe that makes a different statement. And I really love how much fun you can have with them. So check the description box for links to everything that I share that is available. And if you guys have any questions, leave those in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what your favorite accessory is, because I just would love to know. I love accessories so much, and I like talking to you guys about them. So if there's an accessory you love in particular, maybe I can style that more. Maybe I can incorporate it more into my own personal wardrobe. Maybe it's something that I haven't tried before. So let me know in the comments, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.